the bottom. People call you the underdog. They think you're the underdog, but you're at the bottom. But we going straight to the top.
Straight to the top.
Today, we kings.
I'm a king, sometimes I feel like I'm petty. In the pits living my dream, I don't think that they ready. Yeah, Area 51 podcast right here. You already know what we do. We're gonna talk about a little bit of racing, and we're gonna talk about pacing back and forth. We're trying to figure out who gonna win and who gonna come at the bottom. Let's go. This is Cap Houston right here. Bobby, what you got for me?
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I am your host, Bob. It is episode 15. We have my co-host, Rob and Dave. How are we doing tonight?
Bobby, I'm doing pretty good, man. How are you doing, Rob?
Doing good, Dave. Bobby, good to see you.
Yep, good to see you. We got two special guests this evening. We got Mark Poden from Action RV, and we have Woody from Booze Pops. How you guys doing tonight?
Good. How are you?
Doing good.
Excellent. Happy to be here.
Happy to have both of you.
Yeah,
Well,
thank you guys very much.
Yes, thank you. Welcome.
So we're going to start off with Woody tonight. Woody, you want to tell us about Booze Pops, and then we'll share the pictures and videos that you got.
Yeah, absolutely. I started Booze Pops back in 2016, July 1st. After I started out in the Army as a mechanic when I was 17. Joined the military at a young age, and then stop loss, which means they don't let you get out 2 weeks before I was supposed to get out. And I went to Iraq back in 2003. Then they lifted the stop loss, came home, got my degree in automotive, and went back contracting for 8 years in Iraq, Afghanistan, working on MRAPs, generators, all that good jazz. Then the injury led me to retire and came home with 4 daughters and a granddaughter, and said, I love you guys. We can't sit in the house all day. So we made Booze Pops, and it just took off. And so now we got franchisees all over South Carolina. I got veterans running the franchises. Marine Corps veteran, Myrtle Beach, Army of Columbia, Army North Augusta, and just opened up Rock Hill. And so it took off from there, and it's just doing really, really well. And so we're just going to keep expanding. We come out with our new brands. I mean, sky's the limit. And so we're just trying to bring communities together, one Booze Pop at a time. We got tied in with Jeremy Clements. He's a big supporter of the veterans, and we're here to support him and make sure we can win some races this year.
Absolutely.
That'd be nice.
Thank you for your service.
Yeah, thank you for
Yes,
your
sir.
service.
Yes, thank you for your
Absolutely.
service.
Yes, sir.
How did you start up your business, Booze Pops?
I saw an alcohol popsicle at a birthday party, and I was looking at it, and I was like, I wonder if we can get that on a truck, an ice cream truck. And looking at the laws, I was like, oh shit, I think I can. And confirmed with an attorney and made sure that we follow, if we drive the speed limit, they can't pull you over. And that's what I'm a firm believer in. And so we put them on a truck. We got the kids' ice cream, keeping it family friendly. And what we did was reach out to these manufacturers because this didn't exist. Field for frozen alcohol popsicles didn't exist. But I knew it was going to be an emerging market. So I started catching these companies that they were emerging and say, hey, send me your products. I'll test them with the customers and I'll keep the ones they like. And when I get, oh my God, that's amazing, we lock in exclusivity on them. So we end up with the best products in the world from all over the place, selected by customers. I mean, when I was driving the ice cream truck through the neighborhoods, I would, SpongeBob was a top seller at that point for the kids. And I just had to figure I need all the SpongeBobs for the adults. And so I started working on that. And then we came out with our own brand. It's just nonstop. And that way, when you have multiple brands, you're like the Walmart of frozen alcohol on wheels. You don't have to, none of these brands can control you. You select who you carry. And we're representing a lot of companies. So yeah, when you see the Booze Pops on the Jeremy Clements car on number 51, he's representing many people, veterans and companies, and we got close ties with the Combat Veterans Motorcycle Association. We do a lot of events with those guys, and so we try to include. I got veterans working on my vehicles, veterans running franchises, so it's very important to me I built this business for my daughters. I have 4 daughters and granddaughters. Otherwise, I'd be in the Philippines retired right now. Uh, so, and yeah, I'm sorry to hear about your loss with Sergeant Deacle there as well. And let's keep him in his memories and thank him for his service, Vietnam veteran. And
Yes, sir.
yeah, so you know, we always got to keep those soldiers in our thoughts, and that's how you show respect. So that's important.
I greatly appreciate that. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
So I was
So
looking at your,
that's kind of like a little gist of Booze Pops, and then there's a lot to it now. I'm expanding it and putting it, trying it on ground, in the water, and hopefully in the air in September. We got so
Hey,
we
Jeremy.
got
Did you just say in the air?
he
Hey,
said in
Bobby.
the air,
Yeah,
boost
we're
pop
working with,
Can you
will
help
fly.
him out with that?
Booze
yeah,
pop
we're
in
working
the
with
air. Let's do it.
helicopter Booze Pop drop, baby.
Dude, I
And
love it.
yeah, and we're working with the what is it, Tri-County veterans here. They do a lot of real work. A lot of these charities, they really only donate like 10 cents on the dollar, but these Tri-County veterans, they really, I'm in a meeting with them and they're putting a girl in the hotel while we're talking, and helping them out. So we're out here trying to do, what's right, and we can use these things for good things. And a lot of things that people don't think of, uh, that they don't see with Booze Pops is nobody's ever pissed off eating a popsicle. So it helps with that PTSD when you see happy people all day with the veterans running the franchises, because you never see anybody angry, and it gives you the outlook on people. Like, I can see that party inside you, and not just the bad stuff. You start seeing the good stuff in people, and that's very important. And one of the biggest aspects, even though I own Booze Pops, I don't drink. I've never tried a Booze Pops. The customers tell me what they like. I sobered up. It was one of my weaknesses, and I defeated it. And I created the company. And now I see myself in those people. I became like a drunk whisperer downtown. And I help those people. They come up hammered, 2:30 in the morning. Give me an effing Booze Pop. And you can't negotiate with them. So I sell them little kids ice cream. Like, hey, bro, this will get you right. and, with the females being dad, the daughters, girl dads are different. With the creepers, I call them creepers. The guy gets drunk or whatever, and he starts acting weird, and follows the girl out of the bar or something like that. She'll come up to us and say, "Look, I don't know this guy." And so what we'll do is say, "All right, look, we're gonna keep him busy. Get out of here, disappear." And then we're like, "What's up, bro?" And so you can't stop the drinking, but we can help control it. And if you really think about it, nobody cares about you when you leave the bar. And it seems like drunk people are the most discriminating against people in the world because everybody hates them. They're like, get out of here, you're drunk. But you're gonna be fine the next day. So I'm just trying to think outside the box and come up with solutions with the company so we can make good things. I'm a firm believer in karma. You do good, you get good, and you do bad, you get bad.
Amen.
So that's all.
Yep. I was going to say, Woody, I saw, was on your website and was looking at your products and stuff, and you have a long list of charitable organizations that you give back to. And I think it's called One Booze Pop at a Time, if I remember correctly. And that is a true testament, not only to you, but also to your company and that mentality of your public service or whatever from the military carrying on into your business and giving back to the community. So I thought that was really a really cool thing, and something to be proud of.
Oh yeah, we're very proud of it, and if you got it and you can donate it and help other people, you just got to make sure it's going to the right place. That's very important for me, because a lot of people, when it comes to money, people get a little crazy every now and then, and your best friends will surprise you when it comes to that green. So, but there's good and bad everywhere you go in the world. I'm a firm believer in that. Working overseas in Iraq, Afghanistan for 8 years, I filled up my passport with stamps. I added pages to it. Now I'm on the second one. And you realize that there's good and bad everywhere you go. You just got to figure out who's who. And a lot of times the good ones will tell you that they're, or the bad ones will tell you they're good. So you got to be careful. But yeah, there's, and and everybody has an opinion on everything, and so you can't let nothing affect you. Like when I first got my first hater, when I created the business, I was like, I want to go over and see this dude and see what's going on. And I was like, wait, and then I was like, wait, I own a business, I got to do it the right way, and it motivated me to beat him in the marketplace. And it was just a competitor, trying to talk some stuff, and instead of letting it aggravate me and live in my brain, I just went out there and beat him, and that's what you got to do.
Now, if I may,
So-
if I can ask a question, obviously, there's a lot of big boys in that playing field as far as the alcohol and the entertainment business. I saw on your website that you do have a spot for entrepreneurship and to get into
Franchises?
your line and franchisees.
Yeah, I had to franchise like about every other customer when I first opened this and asked me, do you franchise? And so I wanted to offer that as well with the continuous growth of the company.
Gotcha.
And I mean, it's important for me to have veterans running. If we have veterans running franchises all over the United States, anything goes down, we can always convert those booze pop trucks to MRAPs with the 50 cals on top. And so I think that's an important thing. We can go from sugar to, what. But we're doing. There's always opportunities. I mean, I always like people come in and work for booze pops, and they make a lot of money. They do well, and I mean, I've had some people make their investments back quick as 3 months, and it's not about that for me. It's more about the building something, being a mechanic. I mean, that's who I am, and we like puzzles and we like building stuff and putting stuff together. And so I look at it as like this is my art in motion. I mean, I've had to fight with the government locally or in the state, and I've fought every kind of uphill battle. I thought overseas was hard, but running a business is even harder, truly. So, but they just you got to use the bad stuff for motivation. You can't let it make you a victim.
I'm gonna
Well, we
share
definitely.
I'm gonna share the pictures you shared with us, so you can tell us about some of these.
Absolutely. Yeah, that's where I'm at right now. Is Folly Beach. That truck's on Folly Beach.
So how many of those vehicles do you have, Woody?
We
Approximately.
got about 30 across the state. Charleston, we run about 9. I got 4 downtown, 1 at Folly Beach on the parking lot. We got other trucks that go through neighborhoods. We play Mario Brothers through the neighborhoods. And so it's like the soccer moms love us. I can't piss them off. And I gotta be careful, like I made a mistake one time. I put a girl in a car and show a little short shirt on, and the soccer moms do not like that. And so I took that down, and you got to keep it family friendly 100%. It was a good reminder.
So you did some market research, is what you're saying.
Yeah, market research, or the whole business is built from mistakes. That's what I always say. I mean, you're gonna make mistakes, and when you do, you got to learn from them. Because if you don't learn from it, and you do it again, it's not a mistake anymore. Yeah. Oh, there's our booze pop boat. We debuted that last week, and handing out some of our new products that we have, and we're gonna be out in the water and going to the sandbars and bachelorette parties and wherever you need a booze pop boat at. That's where we're gonna be. Yeah, these are our new products that we just came out with. They tested amazing. People love them. Matter of fact, there was the top sellers this weekend when we just released them. We got an ice blue, and the box is the Booze Pops truck, so everybody can have their own little Booze Pops truck. And so the ice blue, that one tastes like the blue icy. You got the vodka lightning, which is your favorite energy drink in vodka. And then I had to put something in there for the guys because 80% of our business has been females, and if you watch the female and the guy or the couple walk by together, the guy's like, come on, and the girl's looking like, oh, hold on. And so I had to put something in there for the guys, and so now we got that cola and whiskey is like a Jack and Coke type deal, and then you got the or should I say, just a whiskey and cola, and then we got our honey lemon whiskey, which really tastes like a honeysuckle and whiskey. And so that's our first line of products that just came out. And then I have some tropical wine coming up next. I haven't told anybody about that yet. That'll be coming out in a few weeks, where we got like fun in the sun instead of sex on the beach for the family friendly popsicle, and a couple other good ones coming out, strawberry guava and stuff like that. So trying to make
Woody,
sure everybody's happy.
gonna
I
share
got to
this
tell
one.
you, I love the marketing and the merchandising. I love the colors. Excellent.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, color. I mean, the brightest thing in the jungle could be the most dangerous thing in the jungle, but also it could be good to, attract people and let them know what you're doing. I think it's very important that we're colorful. I always run advertising by the kids, because the kids don't lie. And if you show your advertising, if the kids like it, everybody's gonna like it. That's what I'm a firm believer in. So that's kind of how we came up with the design.
Hey, Bobby, what do I always tell you about that bumper? That's the best looking color there is.
Yeah. That's my bumper. Anyways, we're gonna play the TikTok that I got sent. This is awesome. And then we got Jared.
That's right. Yeah, no, that was a fun day. That was my girlfriend in the middle, Megan, there, and she's probably watching now. Hey, babe. And then we have my good friend Matt driving the boat. So we kind of released the products and did the boat on the same day of there was a launch party for a boating app called Boaty, Boati, and it was kind of different. It was like Tinder but for boat parties, where you swipe left. yeah, you swipe left
All
or right
right.
on the boat party. Like if you want to go, it's like, all right. But hey, we'll go out there, hand out some booze pops, make everybody happy.
It looks
Nah.
fun.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Some of the pictures.
I mean, it's crazy what we come up with. I mean, for the advertising. I mean, I realized kind of quickly that shock and awe advertising is the best advertising there is. Like when they're like, "Oh my God, what is that?" And then I have my people say some crazy stuff like, "We got morning time Jello shots, or the only popsicle that will warm you up." And so when you hit them with that shock and awe advertising, that's very important, because I mean they'll remember it. And I get calls every Friday night saying, "Do you have my ID?" Because they lost their ID and they don't remember anywhere else they went but the booze pop truck. And so we're touching that drunk memory, and that's hard to do.
So you sent me a bunch of these pictures, and this is awesome.
Yeah, that was at Darlington. There was a crew from Charleston we brought down. A lot of good people in that photo. And we got the booze pop truck there selling at Darlington. The Columbia franchise sells there. And they also sell at Charlotte Motor Speedway. So you'll see the booze pop trucks at both those locations, and we're working on expanding it even further with NASCAR.
We need you out on Lake Wiley and Lake Norman.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree. So
I was just gonna say, Woody, Wisconsin, I think, is one of the top 3 states for drinking in the United States. Do you have any booze pop locations in Wisconsin? Because I think if you don't, it would be a hit here.
Let me ask you, how many months of the year is it warm out there?
Well, I can tell you, I'm looking out the window right now, and it's snowing and raining at the same time, so not a lot. But However, you got crazy like Packer fans like me. Even though I don't drink, you're doing Jello shots and
Oh,
all
yeah.
kinds of stuff. So I think it would be a huge hit here.
Yeah, it's the only popsicle warming up. So I think you're right on that. So yeah, we're working on expansion and we're working on every state's different when it comes to liquor laws. Like I
Yeah.
said, we got to make sure we're driving the speed limit on everything we do. And as fast as I want to do, as I want to expand and blow it up, you got to be very careful and make sure you go about the right way to accomplish the mission correctly. So yeah, there's Jeremy's Pledge of Allegiance in Darlington. Yeah, that's my 4-year-old daughter, Alita. She's definitely a little warrior princess, and she wanted to make sure she was there representing
That's so
at
cool.
Darlington.
That's awesome. With the Booze Pops crew shirt. That's so cool.
Oh yeah, she'll hop on the truck and sell ice creams any day.
Nice.
So she's definitely my girls are definitely little bosses. So some good friends down in Darlington that came out to the truck and was buying some products, or actually, yeah, we're handing out some products there. Yeah, there's Jeremy Clements and my now 14-year-old daughter, Zoe.
Well,
So
Hey,
no, it's
Bob,
been an experience. Yeah,
That's
NASCAR has
such
been
a
wild,
cool
man.
game.
I got a quick question. Was the car graphics your idea?
Absolutely. I just said I want to look like the truck, the Boost
Man.
Pops truck, and that's exactly what it is.
That is perfect. Absolutely perfect.
I appreciate that. I love the scheme, and there's nothing better than people cheering for your art and appreciate loving it, and it makes you feel good about it.
did Michael Michelli do that for you, or did you do it?
No, the JCR Racing did it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I mean, it's like I've always said repeatedly on here. All Jeremy's liveries are, I think, the best on track every week. They all are awesome.
the Booze Pop car has been at so far Darlington, Pocono, and Michigan. Am I missing one, Woody?
No, that's it. I mean, once I started NASCAR, I was, wrapping the vehicles and being a sponsor with Jeremy Clements. I was addicted from the first time I went, and we definitely belong there.
Hey, Woody, I got a
for-
question for you.
Yes, sir.
Since I'm a new sponsor, I'm just dipping my toes in the water. What's the best part for you of being a sponsor for Jeremy Clements?
Oh, the parties afterwards and being out there on the track and being able to bring your friends and your family and have that moment where you got everybody that you want with you and they're watching your art, your business and what you do for a living and rooting it on. And so yeah, there's no better feeling than that. But yeah, I wouldn't change this for any. Trust me, when I was working overseas on MRAS where the video game generation's paying off, where you got 50 cals interchangeable Mark 19 and a camera's attached to it, and it's like they're playing Doom with a joystick inside the MRAPs. I would go from that to being an ice cream man. And I'll tell you what, I'd much rather be out here on the racetrack with Jeremy Clements any day of the week than in Afghanistan or Iraq with anybody. And so it's just, yeah. I mean, you never know how life's going to happen, and you just gotta go with it. That's very important. Just do what you love, but make sure you have that $1,000 bill in your shoe in case it don't work out. You got to the mechanic side of things for me is my $1,000 bill and a poor man's shoe. All else don't work out, I can always go turn wrenches, and it's important to have that before you go chase any dreams or anything you want to do. And so always make sure to have that $1,000 bill in a poor man's shoe.
Great.
So Woody, if somebody wanted to, I know on your website it says you can reserve your trucks or whatever for different type of events and stuff. How would they go about getting a hold of you to do that, or if they wanted to order product, if you're able to ship it to a certain state. I don't know
Yeah,
if you're
you-
able to or not.
Yeah, we're working on the shipping right now, on the brand new stuff. I mean, it just came out this weekend, and so we're in the process of setting up distribution on everything and make sure everybody can get some booze pops. And the yeah, the distribution side of it is very difficult. I mean, because every state is going to be different when it comes to the rules and laws, and so we got, like I said, make sure we're doing what's important. Um, and what was the original question?
The other question is, how would somebody get a hold of you if they wanted your truck at one of their events?
Oh yeah, just type booze pops in Google and hit call, and it'll call my cell phone. And yeah, you try it. You can try it out if you like, and see if it works. But and there's you got boozepop.com. We're on Facebook at boozepops21. We're on Instagram at boozepop. We're on Twitter. Everything you can think of. It's not hard to find us. We're the only booze pops in the world. Let's name booze pops with a logo and trademark and all that good jazz. And so it's very not hard. It's not hard to find us at all. We're gonna be posting everything online, especially on our Facebook and Instagram, of how everybody can get some and ship some booze pops to them. A little booze pop truck full of booze pops. So
Woody,
no-
I heard a quote, I forgot who said it, that you can't make everybody happy, but if you want to, go sell ice cream. And it's obvious you took it to the next level.
that's right, man. Ain't nobody ever pissed off eating a popsicle.
I had never heard that, but it's sticks.
It's sticking.
It's
Yeah,
You
I
can't
think-
do it,
I
man.
think-
I mean, think about it. Think about it.
Right.
Try to be mad while you eat a popsicle. You just can't
So-
do it.
So I'm going to just share with you, my wife's a flight attendant, and I'm thinking you need to have booze pops in the air for real.
Yes, and your
Because
wife
there
will
are-
have a much easier time in the air with these passengers than
Yeah. Because there are some grumpy passengers, and they so need a booze
that's a great
pop.
idea. I like that. I
Booze
will
Pop
stock
Airline.
whatever airline. Yeah. That'd be awesome.
And if you guys want to see the Booze Pop car, it will be at Darlington this year.
nice.
Yeah, Labor Day weekend. And it's always on the, I think that one's always for the veterans. That with that race, they include a lot with the veterans every year on Labor Day weekend at Darlington. And no, Darlington is always wild. I know Poconos race coming up, and it's always fun. It's never a disappointment, and everybody leaves happy. So
I think that
Yeah.
phrase about nobody's ever been pissed off eating a popsicle should be your first T-shirt you make for your merch.
I
I
agree.
think that would be perfect.
Or I could put suck responsibly too.
That
So-
that's another good one too. I mean,
So,
I mean,
We
that
got-
could be the front of the shirt, and the back of the shirt have the saying.
that's
yeah,
right. Bringing communities together, one booze pop at a time. The only popsicle warm you up. I got it.
there you go. I mean, you got multiple merch ideas right there.
Yeah,
Just
that's
in
right.
that, what,
That's right.
30 seconds.
Well, we know you're a very busy man, and I don't want to hold you up. So it was great to have you on the show, Woody, and we look forward to seeing you at a local track, hopefully.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We're gonna reach out and support you guys any way we can. Anybody we work with. I mean, it's all a lot of people get business. They think doing business is screwing the other guy, but in reality, it's everybody working together. There's enough out here for everybody.
There's a
And,
common goal.
we accomplish so much more, and I'm a firm believer in that. So, yeah, anything I can do to help you guys, I appreciate you having me on the show. It's been fun, and just talking to you over the days, Bobby, has been interesting.
Yeah,
So,
absolutely.
thank you guys.
Yeah,
Thanks,
thank you.
Woody. We appreciate it again. Thank you for your service, sir.
Yep,
Yes, sir.
thanks
Thank
for
you.
your sacrifice, sir.
Yes, sir. Bye.
See ya.
Take care, Woody.
Now we have Mark Bowden, who is a new sponsor to Jeremy Clements Racing. And we're going to let Mark tell you about Action RV and how he got involved being a partner of JCR.
Yeah, so thanks for inviting me on. I was really excited to get the message from you, Bobby, for the invite. Um, so Action RV is an independent RV service repair company and parts retailer. Independent meaning we're not a dealer. We don't sell rolling stock or finished units. So we're an aftermarket. And one of the things that we want to do is certainly there's the marketing aspect for us as a business through the sponsorship, but more importantly, there's 11 million RVs out there, and there's a lot of NASCAR fans that go to the races and camp out in their RVs, and we want to let them know that there's a segment of service centers that are not associated with dealerships that are aftermarket, and just make NASCAR owners that own RVs aware that independent service shops exist. So when Eric Lawson with the Racing Warehouse, he also has Armadillo Apparel. I was getting some hats and having him do some work, and he called me and said, "Hey, would you consider sponsoring a team?" And I thought, I would look at it. I knew that it was expensive. I knew that, getting my foot in the door could be potentially very expensive because I have friends on various NASCAR teams. And when Eric shared that with me, I thought, if it makes sense, I would do it. And so then the next thing, Steve Carnes, First Pacific Funding, reached out to me and said, well, here's what we got going. We do associate sponsorships. And I thought, this might make sense. Truth is, with an associate sponsorship, it's not like we're going to have the presence on a car like Woody does, being a primary sponsor. So we knew that our logo was going to be small on the car, but we thought, how can we leverage this and get the most traction out of this opportunity that we can? And thankfully, one of my friends, he was the president of Levine Family Racing, Jeremy Lang. He called me and said, "Hey, I can help you and share with you some ideas and thoughts on how you can market this and get the most out of your sponsorship opportunities." So I spoke with Jeremy last week. I also have some friends within the RV industry that do all of the PR and marketing through their Go RVing arm of the RV industry. And so they also gave me some advice. So I've collectively put all of this information and this experience together to get the very most we can out of this opportunity. So far, it's working really well. We're gaining some more followers on our Facebook page. We're having people look at our website just to learn more about what is Action RV. And if I can just keep that momentum going, there's a possibility we're going to do this again with Jeremy Clements Racing. And, who knows, Steve says, we're part of the family now. So, I get the feeling like he really means it, that this is a family.
I can actually say it is. And Jeremy's got a very close knit group of people that do follow him, and they follow the brands that are on his car every single week. And they cheer for the brands, the sponsorship, whoever's on that car every single week. And of course, there's us that love talking to, the sponsors that make it all literally go around.
Well, I appreciate that. And, that's important to me because, our business is somewhat similar. We're kindred spirits to Jeremy Clements Racing, where we're not a big corporation. We're not a big operation. We're more of a boutique, but we're a boutique full of scrappers and people who have grit. And this is a great opportunity for us to share our culture with Jeremy Clements' team culture and vice versa, because we're going to close the business and all of us, or almost all of us, are going to attend the race. We're all going to leave Thursday. We're going to go to Texas Motor Speedway. We're all staying in RVs at the VIP campground outside Turn 2.
I didn't
And
give my invite yet.
it's on its way. It's on its way, and so we're gonna hang out in the campground. We're gonna hand out stickers. We've got a bunch of Action RV stickers, and give it to the campers and the people that can't get inside, where the racetrack is. And we just want to have a good time. There's a couple of our team members. I don't like to use the word employee because truthfully, we operate as a team. And so I'll refer to them as team members that have been to a race. I took our service advisor to the Phoenix race. So back in 2017, exposed her to the race. We had hot passes then. Our shop leader, I took him to the Vegas race in October last year. And it exposes these guys to the racing culture and the team culture. And I mean, we all know it. You can't get this in any of the other pro sports. I mean, it's exclusive, it's off limits. And NASCAR, you get those hot passes or the VIP passes and access to the garage and pit road. I mean, it exposes people to something that's completely different.
Yeah, there's no out of bounds.
No, not at all. And so this is a great experience for us to take all these people and expose them to high functioning, high performing teams, and to watch how these team members interact and how they communicate amongst each other and how they work in concert to achieve a specific goal. And I mean, I know that early on in my days when I was first invited to races and I had garage passes, I would watch the garages and I could see the high functioning teams stand out from the lower, maybe a little dysfunctional teams that were, that had bickering and fighting, and, you could see that and identify it. And so I think it's important for our team members to learn about that.
That was one of the things you sent Bobby a little bit of message so we could get a little background on you, Mark, and your business. And one of the things I thought that was interesting, you said you like to study sports psychology. And I thought that was interesting about how you apply that to your business, and you wanted to learn more to help your teammates at work, and that mindset of determination and strength and moving forward and working together as a team. I thought that was interesting. So I'm wondering how you apply it to your business, but also how you plan to try to maybe bring that as a partner to Jeremy Clements Racing.
Yeah, so thanks for noticing that. I started studying sports psychology a couple of years ago, and I've read a few books that really changed how I approach business and how I approach problems that I encounter in business. And as Woody said, business it can be really difficult and challenging. So I've read Relentless by Tim Grover, an amazing book. Can't Hurt Me, David Goggins on mindset. And It Takes What It Takes by Trevor Moawad. And probably the book, It Takes What It Takes, written by Trevor Moawad, is really a key component. And it was interesting because I think it was COTA. It might have been COTA last year when Ross Chastain won. And his post-race interview was about how he didn't think he was going to make it because his tires were so worn. And then he quoted how he read the book, read a book, It Takes What It Takes, about having a neutral mindset, and how he remembered that. And it shifted his brain out of a negative thought process, which was, oh my God, I'm not going to make it. I never could make it before on worn tires. I'm probably going to have a problem. To shifting out of that mindset into, okay, what's next? How am I going to finish this race and what happened in the past does not dictate what's going to happen in the future. And sure enough, he won the race. And so I bought the book, read the book. I was in Vegas spring race last year, and I talked to Ross about the book and about how it had a profound effect on his mindset and how he goes into races. And when he, hits a brick wall or adversity, how he shifts his mind into neutral. And so, Rob, to answer your question, if I can get all my team members, when they run into trouble, because we run into trouble every day, things don't go the way we want them to or the way we think they're supposed to, how do we push through and come out on the other side? And I mean, this last race in Richmond's a great example of, all right, Jeremy hit the oil, hit the wall. All right, well, he's got to finish the race, and he's got to turn chicken shit into chicken salad somehow. And he did, and certainly when that moment happens, it's a terrible moment and you're thinking doom and gloom, we're done. But crew chief didn't quit. Spotter didn't quit. And next thing you know, all right, we're going to turn this into something. And they did. And so that's the kind of thing that, I find to be highly inspiring about team dynamics when that can happen.
Yeah, the teams that succeed. I'm sorry, Dave.
No, I was just saying that's a spectacular mindset.
Yep. That's what I was basically going to say too. The teams that succeed have that mindset.
Yep. And so I agree with, what you just said, is that you have to have that mindset to push through that.
Now, Mark, I know you and I were talking about this earlier, and not all of our viewers or listeners know about this. Can you talk about your background in racing?
Yeah. So I've got a couple of old friends that I met out of high school. We were all four-wheelers. We all had lifted trucks, and this was back in 80, 81. And I hung out at a four-wheel drive shop because, of course, I was just spending money every weekend buying parts for my truck. And I met these guys at the four-wheel drive shop, and we became friends. And we went to the Mint 400 in Las Vegas in 1982. And, I'm from Albuquerque. We had the Unsers. We would watch, the Indy 500. We knew about the Unsers, but I'm going through high school. I'm not really paying much attention. And so I go to the Mint 400 in 1982, and it changed my life. And I saw racing up close. I mean, the amount of money that was spent on the race vehicles then, just blew my mind. But watching these trucks, watching these teams, it really got me involved. And I came to the conclusion that I didn't have enough money to go race at that level, but I wanted to go race. So I started racing dirt bikes, and I raced KTMs and Yamahas, and I desert raced all the way up into the mid 90s, late 90s. Raced enduros, and I loved racing. And so that's most of my racing background. Took some time off. The business really, requires a lot of time and attention. Back in 2008, 2009, I got invited to a NASCAR race, which was the Shelby 427 at Las Vegas Motor Speedway. I was invited to that race, and I thought, I've never been to a NASCAR race. I'd go. Same thing happened that when I went to the Mint 400, I just saw everything, and it was sensory overload. And I said, this is pretty dang awesome. And it wasn't too long after that I just met some people that worked at Penske. One person led to another. And then I met all the guys at Levine Family Racing. Several of us have become close friends, and we stay in touch. Tim Lambert, Jeremy Lang, good guy, Antonio Ramirez, a lot of great guys that have gone on, Bill Mayers. And all these guys, interestingly enough, they've gone on to other teams that have either won championships or multiple races, which has really been fun for me to watch.
Now, if I may, what made you move, start your company out on the West Coast?
Well, so my family originally from Los Angeles, they moved to New Mexico. I grew up in a small trailer repair company that my mother and father owned. So I grew up in the business. My parents had divorced, but I stayed working with my father. And in the early 80s, my father passed away. I thought I was going to inherit the business, but his new wife had other plans and said, well, here's all your father's personal belongings, and I'll need you to grab your toolbox. You're no longer needed.
So the old Teresa Earnhardt edition.
Yeah. So at that point, I realized, okay, I'm on my own. So I went and bought an old furniture delivery truck. I started my business, Action RV. I threw my tools in the truck and I started going to campgrounds and repairing RVs mobile. And then that's where I started the business. And here we are, got 37, 38 years later. And I mean, the RV industry is so awesome. We have, the best customers, amazing customers. The RV industry itself is full of really wonderful people. And one of the things I love about the RV industry is that it's very much like NASCAR, where it's an industry based on relationships, people helping people. And, I forged some great friendships in the RV industry. To the point where, one of my friends helped me write the press release for our sponsorship, and she works for the RV industry. And then I have another friend. He's the managing director of recruiting for the RV Tech Institute, and he races in Georgia. And so it's like, it's just this great group of people. And so I really, enjoy the RV industry. Certainly I know it inside now.
Mhm.
And, and I'm going to keep doing it, until the day I can't do it anymore.
Well, the only reason I asked that was I'm originally from South Bend, Indiana, which is just north of Elkhart.
Yeah.
So mom and dad both work for Forest River, and then my mom works for Dexter Axle, and then my mom and dad work for, or my dad and my brother both work for Forest River. So when they said, "Hey, we got him coming on," I said, That's absolutely awesome. I said, that's right up my wheelhouse, literally.
It is. I would fly in to South Bend and just drive on over to Elkhart. For back in 2017, the RV industry tapped me on the shoulder because they wanted to start a new RV Tech Institute.
Okay.
And they wanted me to participate with the curriculum development and the actual structure of the course and getting credentials and so on. So I spent a lot of time in Elkhart meeting with the RV Industry Association and technical writers. But the best part is I got to meet some amazing people from Elkhart and Indiana in general, and have become friends with guys that work at Dexter and people that work at Forest River, and many of the other manufacturers, Lippert and so on.
Yep.
And right now I'm trying to convince the executive director of the RV Tech Institute to sponsor a car. And I keep getting pushback from him. And I'm like, Kurt, do you realize that all these NASCAR fans could be potential RV technicians, and the recruiting base to bring people into the RV industry, because there's a massive shortage of RV technicians. Right now, with 11 million RVs out on the road, the US doesn't have the service capacity to service all these RVs in a timely fashion. It's taking unreal amounts of time to fix RVs and get them back into the hands of owners. And it's because we just don't have enough technicians. And the technicians have the possibility of earning some tremendous money. And we're no different than anybody else. We're looking for technicians. And so I'm thinking, this is a great synergy. The RV Industry Association, the tech school, and NASCAR. For me, it's a no-brainer.
Yeah, they work hand in hand. They're literally in the infield of every single racetrack, except for your smallers. But for 90% of the time, there's RVs everywhere.
Absolutely. So, you know, maybe I'll get you guys to help twist his arm a little bit.
Right. Yeah. Just give me a name, give me a number. I know a guy.
Perfect. Well,
We all know a guy.
I keep sending Kurt screenshots of the different, like this podcast, the invitation for the podcast. And it's like, come on, Kurt, this is a great opportunity because becoming an associate sponsor gives you lots of opportunities to take the marketing way past the race. We'll get Jeremy to hopefully autograph some shirts, autograph some hats, and we'll do some giveaways through the end of the year, you know, and just keep people interested in, you know, Action RV and Jeremy Clements Racing and continue this on.
Yeah. And it's amazing. I mean, if you're working on any type of machinery, you're automatically a gearhead, whether you're putting a hot water heater under a couch, you know, or, you know, starting pilots in the spring. I mean, that's, you love what you're doing. And most of the time it started off working on cars.
100% correct. 100%.
Yep. So I was going to say with the technology institute for the RV repair, is that located in Indiana?
It is.
Okay.
Now, certainly somebody could go to Indiana and take the live classes, but you can go through online modules and get a level 1 certification, get a level 2 certification. And now I believe you may even get level 3, which if somebody gets their level 2 certification, they are a certified badass in the RV industry.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I will tell you, it makes you a top tier technician. You get to level 3, you are a very rare individual.
So the reason why I was asking that, so like NASCAR uses the University of Northern Ohio as one of their feeders, sort of per se, for schooling to become like a engineer for NASCAR or mechanic, anything to do with like the motorsports industry. They specialize in that, and a lot of people NASCAR, like back in the day when I was part of a local like Midwest Racing NASCAR team, I was a licensed crew member, and one of our series sponsors was the University of Northern Ohio. So they're based in, I think it's Lima, Ohio. I don't know how to pronounce it, but Lima. And that's in the central part of the United States. It's not down in Charlotte or wherever where you would think they'd want it, you know, where all the teams are, is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
And so that's why I was asking where that technology institute was at, for that reason, just to see if it was in that area where it was centrally located, or if it was somewhere else where, you know, out of that area where all the industry was primarily based.
Yeah, well, for the RV industry, it really makes a lot of sense to be in Elkhart because they get a lot of support from all of the vendor suppliers to the OEs, the original equipment manufacturers. So you have the Lipperts and the Dexters, and they're all in Elkhart or Mishawaka or Bristol, and they're all in that area. So it does make sense for the RV industry to have it there in Elkhart. But anybody wanting to become a level 1 or level 2 technician can do it online, and golly, it's not very expensive, and it's a career that for a lot of people could be a great career.
Absolutely. I think it's sad that a lot of schools now don't promote like the trades. It's all about scholarships and which is not a bad thing, but it's all scholarships, like sports scholarships. That's what, you know, a lot of they're pushing toward, and the trades are what keeps America going. So
100%.
I'm talking with my hands again.
No, I was saying this is what we need to start using.
Oh, okay.
Absolutely.
Right.
I was
right.
living up to my name, Ricky Bobby, I thought again. I was talking with my hands.
No,
So,
you know, AI will still not come and replace the leaking fitting on your water heater.
yeah,
100%.
absolutely.
So, you know, I'm very passionate about the coaching and mentoring of our people on our team. But I'm just as passionate about getting kids, high school kids, introduced to the trades. I mean, when I was in high school, if you looked at my report card, it was pathetic. Why my mother saved it, I don't know. But it was D's and F's in English and history and math, and I struggled in school. I did. But industrial arts, shop class, I loved it. And it was something that I was good at, and I understood it. I could make sense of it. And so now I go to the high schools within our county. Once a year, I give a presentation to the industrial arts trade school kids on the RV industry as a career path, because you know, for us in our industry, for me to scale this business and put an Action RV next to every mega RV super center, I need to have a pool of talented technicians. And so the only way I'm going to do that is if we plant the seeds and start young in the high schools.
Yeah, that's a great idea. I'm actually in the automotive industry, and it's getting harder and harder and harder.
It is.
I'm in the aircraft industry. So,
And I'm in the
same boat as
retired
everybody.
industry.
I
I was a law
gonna make a
enforcement
joke.
officer for 21 years, and I got hurt in the line of duty, so I had to medically retire, unfortunately. But I agree with you 100%. The trades is what we need to build up, and yeah, especially like you were saying, the RV thing and NASCAR go hand in hand. Like Dave was saying, every race they pan out, and outside the racetrack, what do you see? You see RVs, you see the motorhomes at every race. And yeah, or like Clint Boyer, I guess every race now goes into the infield or the camping area and tries
Yeah.
to find who has the best camping setup or libations or whatever, food and stuff. But I mean, that it's, I think it's just been part of the history of NASCAR is the camping and the NASCAR race experience. Well, that too, drinking, but
Booze pops.
Booze pops, yes.
Booze
They go
pops.
hand. They go hand in hand. It's like part of the culture. It's like you go to the race, and you camp there. It's like the experience is even better.
Right. I agree. And you know, one of the things that didn't even dawn on me. So I was at the Vegas race in the fall, and I've got a friend, Damon Lopez, works for Colleague. And so I'm sitting over there hanging out at the Colleague hauler, and we're just chatting. And this guy pulls up in a kind of like a enclosed van truck. And it's a mobile RV technician, because the Colleague trailer next to my buddy's Colleague trailer, the generator wasn't running. And so here's the mobile RV repair guy working on the NASCAR transporters. And so, you know, you don't realize until you start working within the RV industry how many are out there.
Yes.
And it happens here where, I mean, you get more of what you focus on. And so when people come to work at Action RV for the first time, not really being familiar with RVs, they start realizing how many are on the road and how many they see driving into work every day. And they're everywhere. And so with NASCAR, the number of fans that go to the races and stay in their rigs, along with what everybody else does with their RVs, whether it's going to the lake or going to the mountains, or they've got their side-by-side and their toy hauler, RVs are everywhere.
Yeah. I'm gonna say this. I'm a little jealous. It's 9 o'clock. It's dark and gloomy here, and I'm looking out his window right now, and it's nice and sunny.
It is. Yes. Matter of fact, Bobby, I mean, I wasn't going to say anything when you were complaining about your weather, but it was 72 degrees today, so I know. But it started out at 31 degrees. Do you feel better?
No.
Oh,
Yeah, we were mid 70s too, and we were actually complaining that it was a tad bit chilly.
Oh my, come on. It's supposed to be in the 60s on Saturday.
It's 32 here right now, and in southeast Wisconsin, and it's snowing and raining mix. And we're supposed to get possibly 48 inches of snow overnight. So
You can keep
I'm
that.
so sorry, Rob.
yeah, it's
you
but
know,
but by next weekend it's supposed to be in the 60s. So
Just
it's
wait a week.
Wisconsin. You could have all four seasons within 24 hours. So
That's golfing weather.
yeah.
So,
Oh man.
I know you're a busy man, Mark, and we appreciate having you on tonight. And you'll have to either give us a call and let us know how it went, or send us a video of how your experience went at the track.
Yeah,
Yeah,
most
we-
definitely.
so what we are doing, and I'll part with this, we are documenting our team members getting ready for the race and the stuff that they're doing, and we're chronicling it on our Facebook page and our Instagram page account. So, you know, people don't realize what goes into getting ready for a trip like this. And I'll be upfront with you. We have the same challenges that our customers have getting ready for a race, and but we're having fun with it. And we're going to have some video of us at the track and enjoying the experience. And so, you know, follow along with Action RV on Instagram and Facebook, and you'll meet our team and see how we get along on road trips.
That's awesome. I saw your post with your team where you made the announcement that you're going to close down for a few days and you're all were going to Texas. So I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah, we're all excited. Everybody's getting primed and ready, and we'll stay in touch, and hopefully we'll see you guys again.
Yeah, absolutely. We'll
Sounds
love
good.
to have you back on.
Hopefully
All right,
someday
guys.
at the track.
That you can count on that.
That would be awesome.
All
That
right.
would be awesome.
All right, guys. Well, thank you very much for everything.
Thank you
No
so much,
problem.
Mark, for
Thank
coming
you.
on. We appreciate it.
You got it.
Yeah.
Take care.
Take care.
Episode 15.
Oh, crazy,
We
right?
had Woody from Boost Pops. We had Mark from Action RV. What'd you guys think?
Another
a good-
action-packed, booze-filled edition.
Go.
Hey,
So-
just don't drink and speed.
Don't drink and speed.
I know that we haven't said anything yet. We had our Area 51 square that we were doing, and I have it on my phone. It's gonna take a little bit to do. I got everybody's name on the wheel.
For a $10
So-
donation to help us out grow
Yep.
our podcast.
Yep, a $10 donation. All that money goes into a fund to sponsor Jeremy Clements Racing. So we thank you guys very much for that. Rob, I'm gonna let you go ahead and talk about or Dave, the awesome cups and shirts that we have, while I push the button and eliminate names off of it.
I'll go ahead unless you want to, Dave. It's up
Huh?
either way. I don't care.
Go ahead.
So if you haven't done so already, please visit Anna Moore Designs LLC website. Check out the tumblers, like Dave showed before, the Orange Area 151 podcast. This is a one she also made. It was a custom one that Bobby and I had made up for us of Jeremy's Wawa 250 win at Daytona. Visit Anna's site. The tumblers are $35, right, Bobby?
Yes.
$35, and a portion of that helps keep our podcast on the air. She also has garden sign or flags, I should say, that I know you and Dave and you, Bobby, both have. They look awesome. In fact, there's one right there.
Yeah, I was gonna say, here's what they look like. Anna just did this. I posted it on Facebook the other day. Came out really well.
How clean does those numbers look?
That chrome number
just
looks
That is
awesome.
spectacular.
Yeah. And I do
This is-
know,
This is
Ricky,
actually Tate's.
oh, okay,
So
cool.
this is the one that has Jeremy's signature as the actual signature.
Oh, nice.
Yep.
I
So,
do
yeah.
know, also that, one of Jeremy's, partners, Ricky Randall from High Speed Auto, also got a bunch of, custom tumblers for his business, and Jeremy
Mhm.
Clements Racing logos on them too that look really cool that are on her website. But if you would, check out Anna's, site and, purchase one of our tumblers, we'd appreciate it. The other thing is, also check out stickygears.com. We have our t-shirts on there for $15 a piece. Portions of that proceed go to keep Jeremy Clements Racing back on track. And not only that, you're also helping support our podcast by getting our logo and our product out there, our brand out there, I should say, and helping us try to, make this thing bigger and better.
And we'd also like to thank TRW and Armadillo Embroidery. Eric and Christy Lawson doing absolutely tremendous, great jobs with our embroidering for our shirts. They help out with all the NASCAR crews. Just overall good people. If you go to the racingwarehouse.com, that's your sheet metal collection. I know every single one of us has got everything behind us. Rob's got a couple pieces behind him. Bobby's got a couple pieces in his collection. If you're looking for any racing apparel, go on over to their website. I know they've got a couple of newer Jeremy Clements things up on their website right now. How close are we, Bobby?
I am sitting at right now. I have 7 names left.
All right.
We are still spinning as we go.
right.
I do want to give a shout out to, like they were saying, to Eric. Be on the lookout for our an announcement. We may
Yep.
or may not yet. Wait,
Yep.
I gotta talk to these guys, but we may do another square draw.
We're doing it. I promise it.
Okay,
We are going to be doing that.
so
I will
I'm not
make sure that happens.
I'm not sure what it is, but we will. I'm gonna do one down the road. We actually talked with Tate, and he is going to donate a diecast that's signed by Jeremy. And we're gonna do that, and I'm gonna throw a pair of those
Driven sunglasses?
driven sunglasses, and I'll throw those in there so that way we can get the word out about driven sunglasses. I absolutely love my sunglasses, and I can't thank everybody enough. We are an ambassador for driven sunglasses, and I love them. They're nice.
Yeah,
And then,
I was actually wearing one of my the skull throwback the other day, and the guy goes, "Where'd you get that at?" And I had to tell him even the shirts and some of the apparel on driven.com is it's cool. Not even their sunglasses are utmost quality, but their apparel is pretty cool as well.
I do agree that Skull Bandit Harry Gant throwback
Mhm.
shirt is badass.
Yeah, I agree.
It is.
That one is really cool. Our 20% off discount code if you order is Area 51, correct, Bobby?
Yes.
So
Area 51 Racing.
Area 51 Racing and all small letter or lowercase letters, I should say. So at checkout, enter in the code Area 51 Racing, get 20% off. And enjoy your purchase, and you'll be wearing them in style at the track or on the beach or wherever it may be.
So Dave.
Yeah.
What do you think of the race from last week? Since he brought it up, we got about 5 names left, so this thing's still spinning away.
Right. I was super excited. I really thought we had a top 10 car for Jeremy this weekend, and just that bad luck bug, bit him once again. He was excellent position and just hit the oil the right way and got up into the wall. But that never die mentality that team / family has really showed the bounce back and had a much better race than some of the other guys did it with flawless cars. So, and then on top of that, I'm going to say that Denny Hamlin jumped the restart.
I'm going to agree with you. And as a matter of fact, today on social media, I don't know if it's the race director or somebody from NASCAR, one of the upper level management people,
Right.
actually admitted that he did roll too soon. So
Yeah.
he jumped the restart, but he's explained that if it was at lap 50, lap 100, or lap 300, they probably would have called it. But since it was the last restart,
Right.
it was too close to call.
And then I'm also going to be looking for Joey Gase's rear bumper on the Racing Warehouse. Since that went flying across the track or at somebody's car.
Right. So Joey Gase, I think, has made a T-shirt for one of his charities that I think McGruff, the crime dog. I can't remember what it says. Something about, do you like my souvenir or something like that? And it shows him. I think if I remember right, it shows him standing there throwing something at the race car, at Dawson Cram's race car. But speaking of that whole thing is crazy because Joey Gase actually gave Dawson Cram a break into racing at the NASCAR level, and then Johnny Davis Racing is who Cram apparently was in his car the other day. So, and they're friends. The way Joey Gase was saying that, and he felt bad that he did that to Johnny Davis Racing because they're buddies and they're both team owners. But at the same time, he was like, that was just uncalled for. So I was like, holy cow! I can't believe he walked down that far in the lane of traffic under caution even, and did that. I was like, wow.
Yeah, that I've heard of and I've seen it, heard about it, the helmet chunks, but I don't think I've ever seen anybody throw a bumper.
No, I didn't.
Another
I've
car.
never seen that either. Never seen that ever. I was like, he's ripping it off. This is okay. I see where this is going. Yeah, usually, like you said, they take the helmet off and they try to throw it on the windshield or through the side window, or something like that. But the rear bumper off of a race car, that's a new one.
Yeah.
That's definitely a new one.
And our winner of the front fender is Lee.
Congratulations, Lee.
So congratulations, Lee.
So that is Lee Setzenbach, I think, or something like that.
Yeah.
Jessica Hunsaker's son, I believe.
Yep.
Yeah.
Awesome. Congratulations, Lee. That's great.
Yep. That is very, very, very cool.
Yeah, he's a good kid, and he's a very big Jeremy Clements racing fan. So that's awesome. Congratulations. Enjoy that piece, and thank you to the Jeremy Clements collectibles group. I don't know what his actual real name is.
I appreciate it, Troy. Thank you very much
Okay.
for going out there and pulling a piece out of your collection. We will be sending you a care package at some point. But we appreciate everything that you've done. And like I said, that we will be doing another drawing.
Mhm.
That I think the next one is probably going to be $30 a square, and it's going to
But
be
The
gonna
the
be-
prize is going to be something you.
yeah, it's going to be something big. So that's why the price is going up. I can't wait to share it with you guys, but as right now I can't. So I would like to say that next week, I'm still waiting on our guest to say that they can make it or can't make it. If they cannot make it, we will,
I
come up
will
with
be the
something.
guest.
Yeah, we will come up with something.
Right.
I want to give a shout out to Beach Ridge Barbershop, Spartan Waste, Impel Union, Alliance Driveway Solutions, First Pacific Funding, Elite Towing and Recovery, Whitetail Smokeless, Fly Inform Concrete Structures, Driftless Glen, Runner's Roost, Matt Man Designs, Jeremy Clements, and Jeremy Clements Racing. I want to give a shout out to Armadillo and Racing Warehouse and everybody that makes this podcast possible. Rob and I and Dave really appreciate everybody going out, sharing and liking our stuff and listening to the podcast. We can't thank you guys enough.
Yeah, we definitely enjoy doing it.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And like I said, episode 15. This is episode 15 and it's in the books. And we will see you guys next week.
Peace, everybody.